Rock salt is a mixture. Okay, it's not a compound, it's a mixture between sodium chloride, which is a compound, and rock and sand. Now, if it's a mixture, we can separate it by physical processes. So that's the key idea we're going to take away here. Mixtures can be separated by using a physical process. Now, there's actually two main physical processes we're going to use today. One is filtration, and the other is evaporation. Okay, that's why we've got this beaker with water and a Bunsen burner heating away here. So I'm just going to get this up to boiling point. In the meantime, I can start the filtration process. Right, so before we start, we can, because the salt, as you can see there, is all in like big crystals, we want to crush that. Okay, we want to crush that because the first part of the process is going to be dissolving. We're going to dissolve. We want to dissolve the sodium chloride. The sodium chloride is a soluble salt. Okay, it's a soluble salt, so we can dissolve it in water. Right, I'll just turn that off for now. Right now, so rock salt, sample of rock salt can go in there like that. Now we're going to add distilled water. Distilled water just means pure water. Okay, so that's pure water. Because we don't want regular water. Regular water from the tap or from even bottled water, bottled drinking water, contains other compounds. It contains other minerals, which we don't want because we want a pure sample of sodium chloride. Right, so we're then going to pour in the distilled water. I think it's a little quicker if we do it that way. And then it's a case of dissolving the crushed salt. So give that a good stir. Give that a really good stir, and then hopefully we can get the crushed sodium chloride crystals dissolved into the distilled water. Okay, and then it's filtration. So filtration, we're going to use a piece of filter paper here. Filtration is a way of separating insoluble sand, okay, from the salt solution. So in here now we have a solution of sodium chloride. That's the salt sodium chloride dissolved in the distilled water. That will pass through the filter paper, but it will collect the large particles of sand, and that goes in there like that. Okay. Just a little bit more. Want to be a bit careful. Don't want to pour all the sand in, because that's just going to clog up the filter paper and the filter funnel. I'll zoom in for you. Okay, as we can see, it's a slow process, filtration, but it's definitely coming through. So what we've got in the bottom here is the sodium chloride solution. Our sodium chloride is dissolved in water, and the insoluble sands, the large particles of sand, are going to be collected by the filter paper. So again, it's a physical process. We're separating two components of a mixture. We're separating the mixture of sodium chloride solution and the insoluble sand. Okay. So, like I said, quite a slow process, but all the sand that I crushed, all this rock salt that the salt I crushed up with this, has dissolved into the water. This, by the way, I don't know what this is called. This is called a mortar and pestle. Okay, this is the mortar, this is the pestle. Using cookery a lot. Using cookery for grinding spices. Also used in chemistry quite a lot. Okay. Now, let's get the evaporation process on the go. So let's just light the Bunsen burner. Obviously put it onto a blue flame. Let's get that heating. Right, so I can get this process started. I'll just transfer that just for the time being. So in the pure solution of sodium chloride can go into there. Okay, and then we'll heat gently. We'll heat gently. Okay, so I just poured the sodium chloride solution into the evaporating dish. And now I will slowly evaporate the water. So again, that's a physical process. Evaporating the water will separate the water from the soluble sodium chloride. Okay? Because when we heat the sodium chloride solution, the salt does not evaporate. Okay? Sodium chloride evaporates at a much higher temperature. So again, like the filtration, quite a slow process, but hopefully before long we should start to be able to see the pure sodium chloride crystals left behind in the evaporating dish. So all the water in the solution, that's evaporating into the room. Again, a physical process for separating two components of a mixture. Because solutions are not compounds. Okay, whenever you dissolve any soluble salt in water, it is a mixture. It's classed as a mixture. Because the water and the sodium chloride are not chemically combined together. And if they're not chemically combined together, we can separate them using a physical process, which is what I'm doing now. Okay. Take a bit longer, you can just about see, I think, crystals starting to form around the edge of the hot sodium chloride solution. Turn that off for now. Right. Hopefully. You can see that there is right, just around the edge of the water. Just around the edge, sorry, of the hot sodium chloride solution, you should be able to see some pure sodium chloride being left behind. Right, let's carry on the heating process. So this is just boiling water. This is just boiling water. It just means we can, if we put the flame directly onto the evaporating dish, it will break because it's not heat proof. We want to do this as slowly as possible. Hopefully there you can start to see sodium chloride. Right, I'm going to leave it there for now. Now hopefully you can see